Good morning, it's Monday the 10th of January 2022 and a Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to the first full week back to school after the Christmas break, and I do hope that you all managed to find some time to relax and enjoy friends and family's company and to celebrate the festivities. We're back at school now, and unfortunately, we're still in the pandemic and trying to manage our way through the latest variant. So I'll start with COVID at the moment. It's very difficult to try and keep up to date with all the latest rules and regulations, and albeit that we're part of one United Kingdom, there are four separate sets of rules that we have to try and understand and follow. Much of it is quite complicated, and if you want the very latest information, where I would direct you to go is to the NHS Inform website, which has the latest guidelines. We'll put up the link to the NHS Inform website for you along with this broadcast in order for you to read it so you can keep up to date with the very latest guidance. But in terms of the guidance that currently is in existence for Scotland, at the moment, 500 people can meet outside at an event and 200 people inside sitting down, but there are currently no restrictions to the number of people that can come to school. So unfortunately, you're still going to have to come to school. The mitigations in school are that you have to wear face masks and teachers have to keep the windows open, and please do keep your hands washed with hot soapy water and with the hand sanitizers that are provided. The schools also clean twice a day to help mitigate any hopefully transmission of the virus around the school. Also, there are two major changes to the guidelines which came out last week, and that is that if you are a school pupil or under the age of 18 years and 4 months, then there is no longer the requirement for you to self-isolate if a member of your household is tested positive. That's also making sure that you though have a tested negative with an LFD test. The other change is that if you are tested positive, then you are advised to self-isolate for 10 days, but you can choose to come out of self-isolation after 7 days if you test positive with an LFD test after 6 days, and then on the seventh day, 24 hours later after the sixth day you've tested, that you're also tested negative. In addition to that, if you have no symptoms of the coronavirus, so the runny nose, sore throat, sore head, loss of taste and smell, but you are tested positive with an LFD test, then you no longer need to get a PCR test and you are expected to stay at home and self-isolate for 10 days. Or, of course, you can shorten that to 7 if you then have two negative LFD tests. So yeah, it's all a bit complicated. As I said at the start, if you want more information on that, have a look at the NHS Inform website and it will give you all the latest guidelines. Now, this is a long term that's coming up, and it's dark in the mornings and it's dark at the end of the school day. And so our thoughts turn towards making sure that we look after each other's mental health and we look after our own mental health. And as I might have said to you before, we have a number of mental health first aid trained teachers at Banff Academy, and they can be identified by those teachers that wear little yellow sunflowers on them, and also their classrooms will have a yellow sunflower poster on the door. So any of these teachers are available for you to talk to should you feel that that's something that you want to do. But of course, all squad leaders are there to help young people if they want to discuss anything that's causing them any concern or any sort of level of anxiety. But one of the best ways to cope with mental health and the challenges of the long, cold, dark winter, and especially during a pandemic, is finding ways in which you can relax and look after yourself. And that links in with the Head Teachers Challenge, which we're going to run over the next 2 weeks. And for the next fortnight, I would like squads to discuss how they relax and what kind of ways in which you can perhaps mitigate some of the levels of anxiety that we might be faced during this current time. It might be things like taking more exercise or employing mindfulness techniques. But have a discussion about the ways in which you can switch off and be distracted from the kind of tribulations of what's been going on recently. And once you've maybe had that discussion, I'd like you to think about putting together a presentation that we could perhaps share with the rest of the school community about how your squad would recommend that people switch off and relax. I'll have a look at all the different presentations, and we'll choose one which we'll share with everyone, and that will be the head teacher's honour. So that will run for a couple of weeks starting this week. So good luck with that one. Now this is an increasingly important term, this particular one, for two main reasons. One, this is where we start thinking about our educational journey into next year, so particularly those pupils that are moving from S3 into the senior phase and starting to think about which subjects that they would like to study when they get into S4. And to help with that, this Wednesday evening we'll have a webinar and a presentation for S3 parents, which will be available online. Also, our senior pupils will be looking to sit their prelims as we gear up to those high stakes exams which are still due to take place in May. So our thoughts will be turning towards raising attainment and looking to see if we can get the best academic results that we possibly can. To help with that, I've spoken to all squad leaders who have all agreed to be coaches and mentors to youngsters in their squad. So their job over this term and to the start of next term will be to help you to work out where you are in your learning, where it is that you need to get to, and how you're going to get there. So any support that you require, your squad leader will help you with that and will be acting as a go-between between yourself and other teachers to make sure that you've got the work that you need and that you're doing the work that you need in order to get the grades that you so deserve. So good luck with those two main things. There's a lot of decision making needs to be done and quite a lot of studying as well. So we're really getting towards what I would call the business end of the school year, where we're starting to prepare for these important exams. So along with that, I would still urge you to continue to look at the Collaborative Connections website. That has been updated. There are a number of apprenticeships available just now if you fancy being an electrician, a business administrator, a barber, working in childcare, a painter, welder, carpet fitters or coopering. Lots of apprenticeships available there. In addition to that, there's jobs available at chemists, dentists, garden centres, kitchen assistants, barbers or sales and retail. So plenty of opportunities for those of you perhaps in the senior school who are looking for either employment or apprenticeship. So do have a look at the Collaborative Connections website. So a lot of information today. I hope you have a successful term. I'll talk to you again, of course, next Monday. But please have a think about that 2-week challenge, about how we can share out some techniques that you might have, which might help other people to relax and switch off and help with their mental health. So in the meantime, it's nice to be back. It's nice to see you all. Please do try and take care, follow the guidance, and have a look at the NHS Inform website for the latest guidelines. Thank you very much.